Have you ever suffered from any of these conditions? And do you know how they're all related? They are all worry diseases. Negative emotions upset the body's calcium balance and can cause tooth decay. The two leading causes of arthritis are marital shipwrecks and financial woes. Studies show that more than a third of business executives suffer from high blood pressure, stomach ulcers, and heart disease. And doctors are 20 times more likely to die from heart failure than farm workers. We need to find ways to fight worrying or we'll suffer the same fate. Dale Carnegie shows us how in his book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. How to solve worries. Step 1. Get the facts. Few people bother with analyzing the facts when they worry. Confusion is the chief cause of worry, so get the facts first. Neither you, nor I, nor Einstein, nor the Supreme Court is brilliant enough to reach an intelligent decision on any problem without first getting the facts. Step 2. List all possible solutions and outcomes to clarify the mind and see the bigger picture. It could even save your life, like it did with Galen Litchfield in 1942, when, stuck in Japanese-occupied Shanghai, he received news that a Japanese admiral had found out about the assets he had hidden from the Japanese. Cursed as a traitor, his punishment was to be thrown into a torture chamber and death. Litchfield followed these steps, with the facts being he was worried about being tortured to death in the morning. Possible solutions include fleeing, explaining himself, or acting like nothing happened. He chose to go into work like nothing happened and received only a glare from the admiral. It seems he had calmed down. But had he worked himself into a frenzy and shown up looking guilty, he may have triggered a worse response. Step 3. Make your decision, then leave all cares. After you've picked your best solution, dismiss absolutely all responsibility and care about the outcome. Don't stop to hesitate, because the slightest doubt can lead to a chain of doubts unraveling all your good work. 4. Focus on today. The best possible way to prepare for the future is to put all your effort and enthusiasm into doing the very best that you can in the present moment. No certainty can come from focusing on what lies dimly in the distance. Work on what lies clearly at hand. Then step 5. Accept the worst. Most likely, the worst case scenario isn't that bad. If you lose your job, you can always get another. Accept the worst and it will help you feel calmer. Now you'll have more brain space to work on improving it. How to break the worry habit. 1. Crowd it out. It is utterly impossible for any human mind, no matter how brilliant, to think of more than one thing at any given time. Try thinking of what you're going to be having for dinner, and at the same time the last thing your mother said to you. The same thing is true about emotions. We cannot be enthusiastic about doing something exciting and feel dragged down by worry at the very same time. One kind of emotion drives out the other, so keep yourself busy with a new hobby, caring for others, or something like a new side job. Step 2. Ignore the little things. We tend to overemphasize the importance of things that, in a year's time, could easily be forgotten by us and everybody. We know that it can drive marriage to the edge of sanity. Fully half the cases in our criminal courts originate from bar-room bravado, domestic wrangling, an insulting remark, or a rude action that leads to assault and murder. Step 3. Cooperate with the inevitable. Don't resist what cannot be changed, or the worry will change you and can lead to inner conflicts and neuroses. If we can learn to absorb the shocks and jolts along the rocky road of life, then we will enjoy a more smoother, longer ride. Then use the law of averages. Ask yourself, what are the odds against this thing happening at all? Research some statistics, or ask yourself, out of all the times I've done this, how many times has it actually happened? A study has found that 85% of what we actually worry never materializes. If you want something to worry about, then worry about cancer, because 1 in 8 of us will die from it. Step 5. Size up every annoyance and resentment and put a stop loss on your worries. Just like how traders in the stock market put stop losses on market commitments. A $45 stop loss on a $50 share limits that loss to $5. If it is triggered, it will be sold automatically, preventing further losses. Place your stop loss where you feel is the most you will pay in worry, and if it is triggered, refuse to give any more. How to bring peace and happiness into your life. Start by lifting your thoughts. Remember, you are not what you think you are, but what you think you are. If we think miserable thoughts, we are miserable. If we think happy thoughts, we are happy. Of course, it is not easy to simply change our emotions by making our minds do. But what we can do is change our actions. Actions follow feelings, but did you know that feelings can also follow actions? So change your feelings by doing positive actions. Try it out. Next time you're in a bad mood, put on a big grin and sing a snatch of a song. Step 2. Expect ingratitude. Gratitude is a cultivated trait, and it seems more natural for people to forget to be grateful. Maybe we are to blame. Maybe we have not taught our children to express gratitude to others. So let's expect ingratitude and to just enjoy the act of giving, and also to not give too much to our children without teaching them the value or hardship that has come from the efforts. Otherwise, we may be sending them out into life with the dangerous idea that the world owes them a living. Don't get even. When we hate, we give them power over us, our minds, health and happiness. Oh, how they would dance knowing how much they've consumed our mind, that they've caused our tired looks and gave us heart trouble. According to Life magazine, the chief personality trait of persons with hypertension is resentment. When it is chronic, heart trouble will follow. If you love yourself, then forgive your enemies and forget them. Think of what you have. We more often than not focus on what we lack. Dale Carnegie estimates that 90% of the things in our lives are right, and 10% are wrong. If you want to be bitter and have stomach ulcers, then focus on the 10%. But if you want to be happy, then focus on the 90%. Then find yourself and be yourself. Remember, there is no one else like you. Forgetting this is especially rampant in Hollywood. Hollywood directors find that actors want to be the next Meryl Streep or Johnny Depp. But the public already has that flavor. Now they want something else. Envy is ignorance. Imitation is suicide. Nobody wants a phony. They want you.